everybody. It's Angel and
Mayhem.
Woo! It's Halo Inspirations. We give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. Woohoo! It is hump day, and we have come out here with a live instead of dropping a video today and then coming back at you for any questions and answers. But we just got back from Liberty, Missouri, and Michael Mann, or Mayhem.
What'd I do?
What was at Liberty, Missouri? Where'd we go?
It's a quilt retreat.
It's a
I'm
quilt
trying to remember
retreat.
the name of it.
What's the name of the person?
It's Angela.
Angela Walters from
Angela.
Quilting is My Therapy.
There it is.
Yes,
That's the word I was
and we
looking for.
see Dawn in the house, and Dawn was there with us. Super awesome. Hello, Miss Sherry. Glad to see you all there. If you're here, let us know that you're here so we can say hello and tell you that thank you to everybody who's coming out today. But we're just going to do a little recap. Just and share a little bit of pictures that we took of a lot of people like to know, you know, who doesn't love us some Angela Walters, right? It's all about her quilting retreat, but her quilting retreat actually she has a separate building. So if you ever go to Liberty, Missouri, she has a quilt shop, but then she has a quilt building.
What's up, Mel?
Oh, hey
Hi,
there.
Mimo.
You got to talk over here.
Hi, Mimo. I'm just fine.
So we're still working out because Mayhem will be here with us in person. That was the other wonderful thing. He is moving back to Virginia, so he's on board to get that all done. And an announcement that we can actually say now, I think. No, we'll wait. We'll wait. We gotta wait. Gotta wait. Probably one more week. We'll probably do it next week during Cherub Chit Chat.
I won't be here next week.
You won't be here.
Oh, wait, yeah, I will. We don't leave till Thursday.
Oh, okay. You'll be here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we'll make that announcement then. Okay. So he's moved back to Virginia. So he is now physically in the house. He is no longer that voice in the air. Yeah, he's here. You glad to be here?
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So we did do a quilting retreat.
Yes.
Yes. So anytime, if any of y'all, let's ask. Hello there.
Callum?
Yeah, how do you say your name? Can you phonetically type it? Is it column? Teasing isn't nice. Yeah, well, Sherry, you know how it works.
Well, that,
I'm a little superstitious, so that's why.
Well, that and she's, left, right, up, down, all the time.
Okay, so if anybody has ever... How I planned my day... Colin Baker? Are you a quilter?
Barker. That's a Barker.
Oh, that's a Barker. You're right. I don't have my glasses, guys. My far away ones, I can't see that. It's still too close. And my close ones, I can't see at all. So, yeah. Well, welcome. Where are you from? Everybody, that's the first question. Everybody tell us where you're from. Very fun to see all of that. And we know that Melvin is not a quilter. At least he's not yet.
Well, hey, you want to try? It's kind of fun.
But if any of y'all are in the house and you've been to a retreat, if you haven't been to a retreat, oh yeah, okay, we'll come back to that. Thank you, Michael. If you've been to a retreat, if you haven't been to a retreat, and where you are from. Scotland. Ooh, very cool. That is so cool.
Mimo says Pennsylvania.
Mima says Pennsylvania. So we've got Mima over at Facebook. And actually, can you try and switch the multi-seam and see if it pulls up? Mm-hmm. But welcome from Scotland. One of the places, it takes a minute. It takes a minute. I'm getting distracted. Scotland's one of those places that's on my bucket list. It looks so pretty. There we go. So, Meemaw actually says, and that's Sharon Campbell Coy for anybody who's over on the Facebook side, and that's why I'm going to read them to you because he's in the house now, so he's going to help me fix my chat box. Hello, look at you too. Yep, we're here together. You are a happy mama, it shows. I am. Y'all don't know. I mean, just him helping to do the live was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Sherry's over on, see, now you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So it's working out.
For now, yes. So Sherry's over from Pennsylvania is what the comment is. We've got my mom saying she's a Pennsylvania girl. She calls herself a Campbell kid. Lots of Campbells in Scotland. That is true. That is true. Campbell does come from that area. And we even have, if I remember correct, a castle from our family name, if I remember, in Scotland. And we have an Argyle print.
We got Minnesota.
We got Minnesota.
From Dawn.
From Dawn's from Minnesota. Yes, awesome bajawsome. And again, she was at the quilt retreat. So we were with Angela Walters. Now, one of the things, Michael has never quilted, guys. Never used a sewing machine. Never cut fabric this way. He's paying attention to his...
I'm trying to get it all situated correctly.
He's never done anything. The only thing I can say he's done is hand sewing. And it was just to make specific items like a pillow and a couple of other items. But it's nothing like what he's done with quilting at all. And he actually used that sewing machine for the first time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So... going to the retreat, so he came into Kansas City, and yes, the Campbell, I don't know that word, something castle, Ivory Castle, yeah, who knows, and what you up to today. We're going to recap some of the retreat information and some of the stuff that Michael has to share, because the one thing about quilters, we love us some newbies. Did you feel the love being a newbie? Yeah. So when we went, so he came from Oregon and he went into Kansas City, and then I drove to Kansas City. So we met in Kansas City where my daughter lives. We stayed a night there. I stayed a night there. We drove up to Liberty together, got ourselves a hotel, and had a retreat fun. But on the way, before we got there, you knew you was going to a retreat. So he developed some. No, you didn't develop some
pre-notions. Is
yeah.
That what you were gonna go for? No, I had a general idea of what I was going into, and then all I had was everything confirmed.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in a second, but I did want to talk about some of the things that he ended up learning. So if you're a new quilter, you'll appreciate this. So he did learn to read a pattern. Mm-hmm. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Learning the words and, with the fabric. And
it was pretty simple.
Yeah, it was. But you learned how to do it. You learned how to cut fabric.
Yep.
Michael says that cutting fabric is...
curse-inducing.
Curse-inducive.
Inducing.
Curse-inducing.
That's the word I used, at least. And that was...
You gotta talk a little bit louder.
That was, something else. It's not horrid. I think if I did it more, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
I think the frustrations was more not exactly knowing what I was doing than it itself.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it really isn't horrid.
And I will tell y'all one thing I told him, watching him cut all of the fabric for the quilt. This is his quilt, by the way. And it's not completely done yet. He's got 2 more rows. But this is Michael's quilt. This is what he did. Okay. It's called In Motion. It's exclusive for Angela Walters. It's actually designed by her number 1, Joni. Mm-hmm. And so she designed it. And you can find them on her website, which after the live, I'll go ahead and post a link for anybody who's interested. We're going to show you a picture of what the finish looks like from paper, because we don't have it finished. But it does have the kit available. It comes with all of the fabric.
Is it out yet? I thought they weren't going to finish it.
Oh, it's not quite out.
Yeah, but
I'll send you to the website. It is not out. You're right. Dawn would know that too. Yeah. So he did learn to cut fabric. And the one thing I said was, you can now cut my fabric, because he's actually really, really good at cutting fabric. Really good. And he didn't realize, he was like, really? And I'm kind of a control freak. So for me to say to him, you can cut my fabric, he knew how big that was. He is phenomenal. That might be his thing. Then he learned how to thread a bobbin. He learned how to thread the machine. He's looking at me like, what? That's That's not my thing, Mom. I'm not cutting your fabric. He learned how to thread a machine. He learned how to sew because, like I said, he's never used a machine. So he learned about the 1/4-inch seam, and we did some testing so you could see how to determine your 1/4-inch seam because it's not just load it up and start sewing. You got to measure. Yeah, that's Eric's thing. Yeah. Okay. He also learned about different sounds, which I thought was really, really. Hey there, Tam. It was really interesting. So a lot of quilters who have quilted for a long time, for those of you who have quilted for a long time, your own machine, sounds. And your own machine. And when something's not right and needs to be changed. But what he noticed is he walked around and he looked at everybody's machine. And he automatically said, everybody's machine sounds different.
Yeah, well, I'm big on sounds as is, so I listen a lot to a lot of different things, and so it was just like each one I was like, and then it was what I thought was really interesting. I saw 2 of the same machines a couple times. People would have them, and both of them would sound different, completely. I was like, the same machine. How's that work?
Right.
But yeah.
So what happened while he was sewing, he actually had a change, and Dawn noticed it too, and Dawn was helping, trying to do the troubleshooting on what the sound was, and we thought we knew what it was. So, but Michael ended up having to clean his machine, re-needle it, and look at stitches. And Dawn was very helpful with that to show him that it was blipping. So what was happening is the bobbin was bouncing a little bit. And so we had to clean the machine, and then we did that, and I thought, you know what, let's just change the needle because it still had a little something going on.
And it sounded clean.
And then it was fine,
yeah, it sounded really clean.
And the stitches look good.
Yeah.
So he got to learn all that. Yeah. First time he's ever quilted, and here we are. We had to do all that, and he did awesome. And then he also learned, thank you to Dawn, she had a side load, and we have a top load. So he got to see the differences between a top loader and a side loader. And we talked about which way you load the bobbin between the 2 different styles. So that was really cool. I mean, that's a lot of exposure here. The other thing you learned was pinning.
Yeah.
And nesting seams.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to tell you guys, I know it's hard to see far away. Most of his points are on point. But even if they're not, it was a cutting issue. He's new. This is phenomenal for his first quilt. It blows me away. But one of the things I can say, even if the point isn't on point, the seams were on point. He may have cut off a point at the bottom of listen guys, these are half rectangle triangles.
These are HRTs?
HRTs.
I'm never saying that word again.
Yeah, his whole thing, remember you gotta talk louder.
Oh, yeah.
His whole thing about half rectangle triangle,
too many syllables.
It's too many syllables. So he uses HRT.
HRT.
That was his first quilt, was HRTs. So even if his points, like this one's a little off, I don't think you can you can actually see if you pay attention. This one, the orange doesn't go to the actual point, but the seams are perfect. And that's because he learned to nest seams and he learned to pin the seams. Yeah. What do we got?
Oh, Mimo says different settings on the machine may make it sound different, even though it's the same machine. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that makes sense though. But it was just weird because it was like the same machine right next to each other, and it's just so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so different. And Cindy says hi.
Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy, glad to see y'all. And she's out of Texas, so thank y'all for coming along. Awesome, bajawsome. Okay, so we've got 2 Facebooks. Hopefully we're not missing anything on YouTube. Okay, so it was really neat to watch him learn. So one of the things I did ask him is I asked him if he had any expectations going to a quilt retreat, if there was something that he definitely thought, and your answer was...
It's not really. It's just like I was taught some stuff, but it wasn't really like an expectation. It was just I was going in with an open mind. I'm going to a different place. I'm just kind of learning, and it was like if I had already known something, it was just confirmed, basically, but no real expectation.
But what did you find did stick out at you?
I like sewing.
He likes sewing.
That's fun. I like using the machine.
He likes using the machine. And you didn't know that.
No.
That was something you didn't expect. What's the matter?
No.
Okay. That was definitely something. You want to scroll down and make sure there's nothing down there? Make sure it's like, no, you got to be on.
I'm on it. The mouse is right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me do my job.
So you like to sew, which
Yeah.
is, look, everybody, as quilters, we can all, oh, wait, let's do it. Oh, we can't. Woohoo! Yay! Right? Because you get the quilting bug, and we all just wait.
And it's like, oh man, hand sewing's fun and relaxing. Don't get me wrong, but to be able to just go,
Yes.
is so nice.
It's so nice. So nice. So you like that. I mean, that was something that stuck out, was that you ended up finding out that you like to quilt. But what else did you figure out? It was expensive.
There's so much money at that quilt retreat.
It cost a lot
To quilt.
Like
I had an idea, but then people had Lexuses and
Teslas.
So
the cars were. I mean, he's a guy. He's still going to be a guy.
Yeah, but that's what indicated. And then I go in there and I realize, like, the quilting machines. Oh my, there was so much.
People had their own tables.
The whole table.
Then all the rulers.
Yeah.
The fabrics.
And
the bags.
There's just so much stuff.
The irons.
Yeah, it's so expensive, and it's just like I knew, because like we sell stuff, so I know it's expensive. But then to see
everybody,
and every single person had like 30 different things, and people were like, "Oh, I have this machine at home and this machine at home," and I'm like, "Holy cow, you guys have some money."
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's not cheap to quilt, is it?
No.
So, also you did say one of the things that you learned, it isn't cheap. It isn't a cheap hobby, says Sherry. You're right. Great to hear you got the bug. Whoop, whoop. Oh, and your Meemaw says, so proud of you, Michael. I did cry, Mom.
Yeah, she cried.
I did.
She tried not to, but
yeah, I did. We had show and tell, so people would show how far they've gotten in the project. Dawn finished this, FYI. And some people were still working on it, and some people brought their own projects, because this retreat you do not have to do the project that Angela Walters always has it. She has a fall and a spring retreat, and you can bring your own project. So some people did that, and so they actually showed like all different stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things. And
so during that time,
if I go back again, I don't know if I will do this like whatever they have set up. I might do my own thing, but we'll see, because everyone just did all kinds of different stuff, and it was really cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
And so when we did show and tell, Michael didn't know it. He was sitting out watching in the audience, and I told Angela I'd like to show what Michael did, because he was the only beginner quilter there. Not just a beginner, but I mean, like, never have done anything. So everybody was so nice and encouraging, but I wanted to show what he had finished so far. Yeah. And I thought I was good. And then as soon as I stood up,
I can't talk.
Yeah. I'm so proud. It's such an emotional time for me to see him do it, and to do the beautiful work, and to find that he actually enjoyed it. Yeah. So that was something. But one of the things you did say was that you learned about quilters.
Yeah.
And what did you learn about them?
A lot.
Okay.
They're super nice. I mean, you guys are all quilters, and everyone does it in here too, but to like actually like intermingle with more than one quilter, it was really cool. What did you find about them? What kind of personality traits? Positive? Yeah, super positive, uplifting, caring. They cared about everything. It wasn't just the quilting aspect. Like, everyone was always like, "Oh, what do you do?" Blah blah. But like, just wanting to get to know each person in a conversation, which is really cool. And
you felt it was a real community based.
Yeah,
which Michael's big on.
Yeah, I like community. I like you to feel a part of something. It doesn't have to be like, bigger than life itself, but just to feel like you're a part of something is a good feeling. And and quilters definitely are very good at that. And
he could see like people were building their own projects, and so they'd pull them out and they'd lay them out on the floor, and they had different people come and help them.
Yeah,
I was thinking to do this.
We're like, oh, what about this? Oh, no. What about this idea? And I'm like, that's really cool. So
very, very community oriented.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that he got to see that, and I think Dawn would agree, those people in that building were very, very encouraging. Mm-hmm. Oh, and there were a few of them. Matter of fact, one of them even gave you fabric.
Yeah.
What, guys? Somebody gave him fabric.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Who does that? What quilter? That's your fabric. They gave him fabric.
Yeah.
And the fabric that they gave him, and I'll show it underneath, but it's an Angela Walters fabric that you can actually use to practice free motion with wood grain. So they gave him whatever it is. It might be a yard. I don't know what it is, but they gave him fabric. I'm like, what? You got fabric?
Yeah, super cool.
So, and I believe her name is Kay. So Kay, if you're out there watching, Michael is super ecstatic to work with it, and he was moved.
Yeah.
But that's how that environment was. You know, you just had a really great experience.
Yeah, it was super fun.
And the other thing, because of these quilters that were there from all over,
Yeah.
at night, did we have to pack up every night?
No, we left everything there, which is super cool idea to me, that you don't have to just pick everything up and run.
Because you're worried about somebody
taking it. Because, like, I've had groups of people that are not great, and if you leave a penny out, they're going to take it from you. So it's just kind of really cool to see a group that isn't.
Yeah, you
like
could leave
that.
it overnight
Yeah,
and
you
not
just
worry
leave it,
that somebody was going to steal
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That's nice,
Super
huh?
cool.
Yeah. And it didn't shut down till 10, so good thing we didn't have to pack up every night, because that would have been bad.
That would have been so exhausting.
So, okay, make sure I cover my notes. Okay, so one of the things that we also talked about is that you've never been to a quilt retreat. And for those who've never been out there, we talked about the quilters and different things. But what do you think about the retreat idea? I mean,
I want to do one so bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to.
You wanna host?
Yeah, I want to host it. I think that'd be the coolest thing ever, to be able to host something like that. Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
Because
The community.
the community.
Yeah, because that's something I'm super, super big into, is being able to be a place that is, what do you call that? Community driven, and you're part of something.
Community driven. That's my talk louder message.
Okay, well, you keep doing it.
I know, because you need to talk
I
louder.
don't want to talk louder. It's fine.
And then
Yes.
you did get to meet Angela and her team.
Yes.
So, what did you learn about? Oh, we got more.
Yeah,
okay, we'll come
sorry.
back to that.
Yeah,
What
sorry.
did you learn? What did you learn about Angela and her team? Were you impressed by anything? What did you think?
They're cool.
They were cool.
Angela's like my mom in a different body. It's creepy.
He keeps saying that. He's like, "Oh my gosh, she's."
It was
she's,
like I was talking to her, but different. And yeah.
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 It was like her in another me
Yeah.
in another body.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Although she's funnier.
She keeps saying that she's not funny. Please, everyone, tell her she's funny, because she is.
No.
You're not witty. You're funny. There's a difference.
She is witty.
She's very witty. That's
She's
like
funny.
one of the only differences. Not that you're not funny.
And Joni, anytime you had a question,
Very helpful. Very
Irene?
helpful. Yeah.
you liked Irene because she loves cars.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about cars for like almost an hour.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're really
And the lady
good
at the
group of
quilt
people.
shop, she was so fun.
Yeah, oh, she was so nice. Yeah. Yep.
So he
They're a
only
good group of
met.
people.
Oh, and then you met Jeremy,
I did meet Jeremy. Yeah.
her husband. That's Angela's husband. He seemed pretty nice too, right?
Yeah, very interesting man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very, very kind-hearted, and yeah.
Yeah. So you like the team now. Angela, actually, you got to sit with her. So Michael
Yes.
wants to build quilts, or not quilts. You want to design fabric.
Well, see,
Okay.
I want to design fabric. That is something I definitely want to do. I think it's so cool. And I got to talk to her about it, but I also think I also want to design quilts as well. I think I do. I think it'd be so cool. We'll see, though. Gotta start with fabric first. One step at a time. Well, whatever. Figure it out.
But one thing she did.
Helped me focus. And she actually took time. So Mom, she mentioned it once.
I
At
did.
the start.
At the start.
Yeah, at the start. So, and I was there, and I was like, that's
That
it.
was Friday.
Friday, yeah, mentioned it. She made sure to come to me on
Sunday.
Saturday.
Sunday.
She told me let's do it on
Oh,
Sunday.
that's right, yeah.
So Saturday, hey, we're going to do this tomorrow if you're cool with that. Like, she took time out of her retreat to make sure to come talk to me about something that I wanted to talk about, and that was really cool.
Yeah, and she brought out swatches and
All kinds of her, like, she didn't print fabrics, and like
Told her
basically
why.
her ideas, and explained what was the differences between what actually got passed, or if she just threw it and was like, I'm done with that design, like all kinds of different stuff, and it was really cool.
and then she told you where to go
Yeah, where to talk to, what's a good idea, how to start it, what to do, stuff like that. It was really...
So she really took some time.
Yeah. We had to...
And she is so super excited about Michael designing fabric. She tells everybody. She was telling everybody.
Oh, yeah. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
She is really... Because that's what Angela does, too. Mm-hmm. And so that was really, really positive for you. Yeah. Somebody who believed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She told... What were those ladies?
Inappropriate quilters.
I don't remember their names. Yeah. Inappropriate quilters. Like, he's going to be a big deal one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the encouragement that we get from quilters, and Angela is of no exception. Mm-hmm. And the great thing is she is a celebrity. Mm-hmm. Okay, she is very well known in the free. Her thing is
free motion
quilting, yeah. Right? But she does design fabric. She does design quilt patterns. Mm-hmm. So
you're required to. See, if you design fabric, there are some companies that require you to design
patterns
for your fabric. It depends on the company. Not every company's the same, but yeah.
So let's see. Just to hit this, great to hear that. Okay, so Sherry says it isn't a cheap. Oh, we said that already. Dawn says super. Dawn also says encouraging.
There's a couple that aren't.
And hey, y'all, Angel is super sneaky.
I don't know.
What am I super sneaky about?
Sherry also said I can hear you fine, Michael. So
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
And then woohoo on designing from Dawn. There's a couple that aren't showing.
Yeah, Dawn designs patterns.
Patterns.
Yeah. Dawn does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's super modern like you are. Yeah, she can go the traditional way, but she prefers the modern. Yeah, because it's better. Yeah.
Not really. Everyone has their own
So you got a great time. You learned
awesome,
a lot.
Yeah.
You were in a great environment.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was positive, and
yeah.
The only hard thing was learning how to quilt. Like, we spent a lot of time cutting.
So tiring, though.
That was the other thing you learned.
Quilting is exhausting.
Day
3, I was done. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, yeah. And then on top of it, it was peopling.
Yeah, peopling. He called it peopling. Is that a word?
I don't know. That's what I use.
Socializing?
It's socializing, but peopling. Which I don't have a problem with. I'm not saying I don't. It's just, I went from, I stayed in my little hole every day to peopling. At this point, at this point, it had been a week and a half of me peopling. So much peopling. But it was good. I'm not saying I didn't have fun. It was just, but that on top of quilting, I was exhausted.
Yeah. Well, so that was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. Although it was exhausting, and that was another thing you learned.
Yeah,
I
don't think I'm gonna quilt like that specifically, like nonstop for 3 days ever again. I'll a couple hours here, a couple hours there. That sounds good. 3 days straight.
So we did take some pictures and a little video.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the first one just so y'all can see it. This is Angela Walters' office. So this is, you got to unlock it, bud. This is there you go. That is
her, what is that called?
That's her office.
DOO's office.
Oh, that's her DOO's office.
Yeah, I don't think I have a picture of her.
We did.
Office. Oh, I didn't.
So that's her director of operations. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So her director of operations, which is actually an office that sits in front of her own office, which I can't believe we don't have. Okay.
I couldn't find it.
Okay.
So it's the same. This is in her office.
That's in the director of operations, which happens to be her sister-in-law. It's a very family-oriented business. Yeah. But you got to appreciate the flag, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then we did take a couple of pictures of her recording room because a lot of people don't see the backside. So if you've watched Angela Walters, you will know that is her backdrop. Yeah. Okay. That you're seeing.
This is like on the other side of her table, which is really cool.
And
then we have the back of it, which this isn't perfect and not everything, but there's
and you can see there's a long arm over there on the one side, and that's actually where she does her recording for you guys when she's doing like any kind of challenge, long arm challenge, and she's loaded it, and she actually does the recording on that particular long arm. So that was a lot of fun to see.
And then this is her
build a quilt room. So Angela and her team, Angela designs a quilt, and they send you the fabric and everything, and it's a build a quilt mystery. They started doing it, I believe, during COVID. Dawn, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But this is their room. So they have 3 different color choices of this Build-A-Quilt, which I'll put the link in there for that. That I can do in the description when we're done.
The colors are cool.
The colors are cool.
My favorite thing about it is it's all printed on one. And
yes.
You just cut it out.
So they do. They print the whole thing on a panel. And so all the blocks, you don't have to cut from yardage.
Yeah. So you just get exactly what you need and
it's you just cut it out of the panel. Yeah. So they do their own printing, and then this room they do all the cutting and prepping for shipping. So that's what this entire room is all about. So then that's their Build-A-Quilt room.
So then we got a cutting room.
Yep, they actually have a cutting room because they do have fabric that needs to be cut into yardage. You know, Angela does sell her own printed yardage. And so if you order a yard from a bolt, this is where they do their cutting. So this is the front half.
Yeah, this is like where the cutting happens. And then this right here is basically where, it's not always full, but like where she puts it all and they put it all and the whole team does it all there. So like all there, it's like there's.
And so they can grab. So they wanted this panel, they wanted that fabric. Some of it's pre-cut, some of it they have to cut as they go, depending on how much you order. But they have this whole wall of cubbies, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's like little, they can't see your mouse, little sticky notes. And that actually says what it is. And then it'll actually tell them how many of them, like let's say they would cut in fat quarters. It'll say put 20 fat quarters in a cube. So they actually know how many is in there. So it's very fascinating. They do have a shipping room, but for some reason we don't have that picture.
I don't know.
So Michael actually cut all day. Dawn, you can correct me. On his, this is called In Motion. So all day. That's literally all you did. It took a full day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have a video of him actually.
Oh, not that one.
Oh, okay.
8.5. No.
6.5 by 8.5.
Yeah. Oh. I looks like I might have a shade. Maybe just like, I don't know, I don't know, find it. It ain't that big enough. There was a little bit.
You see him dancing?
Yes, there you go. Now straight. Okay.
So that was Michael. We actually have several, but I couldn't share them because there were some curse words that came through, and I can't share that.
I told you it was curse inducing.
It was curse inducing.
And we went into our own little cubby hole away from everybody when I was doing it.
Yeah, we were in the cutting room. We were separated, and so we have some other pictures. Michael, there's a picture of him actually cutting.
Yeah.
I
think I was measuring in that one. Same principle.
Yeah.
Got me ironing.
He likes to iron, guys.
Yeah.
He finds it relaxing.
It's chilling. I was the guy, like, so when I was in the service, I used to... Dawn says my side is hurting because I'm laughing so hard.
Oh.
When I was in the Army, I was the guy that when we had to get our dress blues all fancied up, that I did all the cool tricks, like with the steam in the bathroom and the ironing when we actually ironed. And that was me. I did all of it. Yeah.
That was you, huh?
Yeah, that was me.
Are we missing any on Facebook or YouTube?
No. Well, from Facebook, yeah. Or from YouTube, yes. Nothing on Facebook. But I have it all right here. It's all good.
Okay.
I'm paying attention.
You can hit refresh for us.
Where? Oh.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
It'll take a minute. Okay, so we did.
This is me just cut.
That's not you.
Those are mine.
Those are yours.
That's what I mean. I did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a pile of it. I thought it was a cool picture, so I put it in there.
Yep, there you go. Scroll down.
I can't. And then that's me holding my quilt, which actually has less than this picture.
Yeah, there's one more row added on. Mm-hmm.
And then this is the final picture. This is what it looks like when it's done.
That's the actual quilt in motion. And there are some, like this, these two, they're full rectangles.
Yeah.
But if they...
So is this one.
Yeah. And these are long rectangles. But all the rest of them are half rectangle triangles.
HRT.
HRTs, yes.
And then we got a picture of Angela.
Oh, yeah. Okay, y'all know that she even says this in her videos if you watch Angela on YouTube. She tells you she's really not a piecer. She really is a long armor. She really enjoys the free motion quilting, and we all know she's exceptional at it. So you don't see her piece very often. Well, we got her. Yep. She was in the quilt room with us at her own machine in the retreat. And she was sitting and piecing. And I said, do you mind if I take a picture? Because I think this is the only time I personally will ever see you. Because even the one I've been to at hers before, she wasn't piecing. She was strictly hosting, strictly long arming. But she was working on a test quilt, or on a quilt that they're going to use to show what it looks like. And she was doing that with Irene.
Yeah.
And so she was working on some blocks. And y'all, she does piece.
Yeah.
It's just not her favorite. You don't see her very often.
Yeah.
So I had to share with you guys.
I think it was cool.
Angela does. Yeah, it was cool. And she was sitting in the room with us.
Yeah.
She would
go in, sit down, work some, go run around, do her, hosting thing, and then turn around and go.
Sit down in peace. Yeah, absolutely. So, that is it. I will tell y'all.
This is my job. Give me
well, you
my
said
mouse
you
back.
couldn't do it, so.
There's no, not that I couldn't, I said the mouse doesn't scroll.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing there.
Oh, okay. So I think this is weird. See how I don't have any YouTube over here?
Yeah, I understand that. There's
Okay.
nothing new right now, so I don't know what to tell you.
So, if anybody is interested, what I am going to tell you I'm doing is I'm writing a blog. I'll let you know probably next week that it's finished. And inside the blog, I'm putting together a retreat list, a checklist of things that you should bring. That definitely, unless there is something that is specific to the retreat. So like, let's say you were going to a foundation paper piecing retreat, then of course you might need specific things for foundation paper piecing or EPP or applique. There may be some really big specific things, but in general, I built a list. And so I'm putting that together and writing a little bit of a blog. I haven't done that in a long, hot while. And so
look all pretty.
I'm going to try. So
Just gonna try.
So that'll come out very soon. We're just getting back and we're getting organized. But I wanted to show you up close and personal the fabric that was given Miss Kay. I do believe her name is Kay. I'd have to look at my phone.
Yeah.
Out of Georgia.
Yep.
The fabric that she shared or gave to Michael. And then I'm going to share with you guys what fabric he's going to put on the back of this quilt. And both of these. Oh, you're going to do the binding too?
Pretty certain.
Okay. And hopefully we have that done by next week so y'all can see the finished product. Because it's Cherub Chit Chat next week. Yeah. So Michael, you want to switch camera views to only doc?
No, I don't.
So this is actually, and it's actually pink. I don't know what y'all will be able to see. I have the light turned down a little bit so that you can actually see. It is a wind grain, and the idea is that of course you can use this. It's your own quilt. It's your own fabric. It's your own rules, right? Your own guidelines, whatever you want to say. But the design of this actually helps you learn how to wood grain. Mm-hmm. You just basically will follow the lines in free motion, and this will help you learn her wood grain print. So that's what that is. Isn't that just super
I
cute?
love it. That's like
They gave her, sorry, Michael. They gave him I think it might be a yard or more. I don't know how much it is, but this is definitely on her website still. So,
yes, you can buy, and there's different colors.
Oh, there's different colors.
Yeah, they've got like
gray
black
and
white and gray and blue and some of them are, they're so pretty.
But you can actually see that this is
Flora
and Foliage by Angela Walters.
I thought the word was foliage.
Foliage.
It's foliage.
Foliage. I don't know. I can't talk.
Oh, God.
Okay. But this is what she prints in her shop.
Yeah.
In her building.
In the store. You didn't take any picture of those?
No, I didn't. Okay. This is actually the fabric that Michael wants to put on the back of his In Motion. Very, very geometric as far as I'm concerned, and awesome. I think this says Michael for sure. She actually, we went to her quilt shop and bought it, but just in case you are interested.
So Stay Wild is the line.
By Angela Walters, and that's the pattern. Of course, it's printed in the USA.
Right up the road.
Yep. But if you go on her website, which like I said, I'll put a link if you're interested in this, it comes in other colors too, doesn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
So that's what he's going to put on the back. Go ahead and pop us up, would you?
Pop it back. Switch. Change places. What? You know the reference?
No.
What? The Mad Hatter.
Oh, okay.
You don't. What?
What?
You don't know that reference?
What? I haven't watched Alice in Wonderland in a long time.
Drink a tea. Change places. No.
No. Don't remember.
I'll just keep on myself.
Any questions or comments?
Oh, I'm good. No.
Okay,
There.
we're good.
Well, wood grain is super fun. I lied. Sorry.
Is that Dawn?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's there.
Oh, okay. Wood grain is super fun. Yeah, Dawn's done that.
Mm.
Yeah, she's used it. The quilting motif.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's phenomenal. Yeah. Dawn is a phenomenal quilter, y'all. You're going to go have to get that quilt.
Do you want me to go grab
I
it right
do.
in a second?
Go ahead and switch.
Here. Yeah, you talk about this. While I
Okay,
grab that.
so I want to let you know there are 2 new things in, go ahead, this shop, because they can still hear me as I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all. So we do have very limited neons and neutrals by Tula Pink for Aurifil. Okay, so it's an Aurifil. It is a kit. I want to say it's the whole kit. You get 12 different spools. Now I don't know how to take away the glare. It is, it's thread, so it has a little shine to it. But some of them are exclusive to Tula Pink, and then others work different colors that were pulled from what Aurifil has. But they're neon and neutral, and I want to tell you right now, if I don't know what stores have them, what stores don't, but Aurifil is sold out of the large spools. You do get 12 large. These are the 12 large spools you get. I do believe, I know it, on our website under what's new, it's there. And it tells you all the color numbers that you will get. Because you do know that Aurifil works with the color numbers. Like my favorite is 2600. So on the website though, on haloinspire.com, it tells you which ones are all in here. And like I said, some of them are exclusive to Tula Pink. And I don't know that I can buy I thought it was 4. 3 or 4 are exclusive. And I don't know that you can buy them separate yet. Because I can't even get any more boxes at this time because Aurifil is absolutely 100% sold out of this. So it's going to get harder and harder to find it. So we are selling it. I believe it's $144.29 for the whole kit. And it is, again, Tula Pink, which is Michael's favorite. It says 3 new colors. You're right. Very good. I'm air high-fiving him, so y'all can't see that, but that's what's going on.
We don't got an air five anymore.
And just so you know, the large spools carry 1,422 yards of thread on each spool. So they last. Okay. Yeah. And to be real with you, that's a really good price for 12 spools, and 3 of them are exclusive. Yeah. So that's one of the new things we wanted to share because there is a very limited amount on our website and I can't get any more at this time. And I did talk to Aurifil the week before I came, before I went to the retreat, like the day before, I think. Mm-hmm. And they might be doing another run, but that's it. So, and it's not as big as the first run. So it's going to be even harder to find. So if you are a Tula Pink lover and you really want some of...
But look at this color.
I know. Michael's so excited.
Look at this.
He said, look at this color.
Sorry.
Yeah. He likes the neon green.
It's so cool.
The other thing is we ended up having to rip 2 stitches. And so Michael... That was the other thing. You learned how to rip stitches. Although I did it because they were on bias and I was concerned.
Yeah, but I could have done it.
Yeah.
I understand.
And you did 1. We practiced with 1 on your practice one. Yeah. So
like
one of the things that this is something else we're carrying now. It's Seam Fix. It's by Gypsy Quilter. We only have it in the Bohemian Blue at this time, but it is a seam ripper.
Super nice.
And this is the part that I wish we would have had at the retreat. So when you rip, I should have done it. Oh, here. Do I have something? Yeah, I do. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead. This one's a hot mess. So, if you use the seam ripper where you're not actually just cutting the thread, each individual threads, Okay, I got a nice little nesting knot over here I'm trying to get rid of first, and it doesn't matter if this gets ruined. Yeah. Oop, let's just do it from this side. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get it started. So this is fun. I'll put our little seam ripper in there. Okay. Boom. So one of the things you will notice, I think you can see that, you get all these little threads, and some of them are even smaller than that. And the one really cool thing about this is it actually will help pick some of those up, especially the little, oh, it's not, you're not seeing it.
I don't think you can see white on white.
And yeah, that's true. So it really does help clean up all those little threads, and sometimes they will actually stick to the thread picker upper. That's what I'm going to call it. Just
thread picker upper.
Thread picker upper.
That's
so then whenever you're done, oh, see, there's a couple more in here. So you just do a little. This one wants to stay. Yeah. It helps clean up all those little, oh, this one's like a hot mess over here. I wish we would have had it, because sitting there and picking all those little threads is kind of tedious. So that's what this side is for. And that's it. So we do now carry these, and I want to say they're $8.09. Yes. $8.09. $8.09. Yep. So I like nines, guys. So that's where the weird 9 number comes in. So my lucky number is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. That's where it comes in. Okay. It drives Michael crazy. So you can go ahead and switch us back. So those are the 2 new products. Huh?
Technical term?
It is a technical term. Yeah, Dawn learned, and so did you, cattywampus.
Cattywampus.
That's a technical term. Yeah. You could sew cattywampus, or that block looks cattywampus, or it might end up cattywampus. Yeah, it's a technical term. So thread picker upper, okay? Technical term. It's a thread picker upper. Now, last but not least, and most importantly, one of the things that Michael got.
Oh, I got the quilt.
Michael got a quilt.
I got a quilt. It's my first quilt.
His first quilt.
Because Mom takes forever to make mine.
Yeah.
She'll make the dog's one before me.
Dawn, our awesome cherub.
Oh, I gotta like.
We gotta take a picture and put it on Facebook too.
But like.
Here, you want me to help you?
Here, hold on. I can do it.
Okay. Well, you gotta stand behind it. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. He's getting there. Dawn actually pieced and quilted this beautiful, beautiful quilt. Can you come down some? Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. There's your borders. Isn't that gorgeous? Michael has slept with it ever since, Dawn. He has not slept.
Like don't say like that.
What? It's true.
I know it is. I'm just being dumb.
Beautiful quilting.
I love it.
Yes.
Quilt. That's all that matters.
From Dawn.
From Dawn.
Yeah.
It's good times.
So we'll take a picture and get that posted. Yeah. And we'll share it next week in Cherub Chit Chat too.
Yeah.
The picture of it. Yeah. Because we'll have a nice picture.
Make it super nice.
Yeah. So, he did. He got a quilt. And
super excited.
He said he's super excited. And like I said, he's slept with it every night since he's gotten.
I made sure I had this over my own dang pillow.
Yeah. Yeah. He left his pillow at his sister's house.
It's my favorite pillow.
It's his favorite pillow. He made sure he had the quilt before he had the pillow.
Yeah.
Because you're very partial to it.
Yeah, it's my first quilt. It's important.
It is important, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And Dawn made it.
It looks so cool.
And you got to spend time with Dawn, too.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. So thank you, Dawn. What we got?
I got more.
Okay.
There you go.
Aw.
Does the quilt have a label? Good.
Does the quilt have a label? I
know
don't
what
think
that
so.
means. I
the
don't
back
think
of
so.
it?
I don't know what. I don't know.
What? You can scroll down. Maybe Dawn replied. See you. Miss you too, Dawn. Love y'all. Thanks for stopping in. I don't think so.
I don't think it does.
I'll look at it again, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. But, yeah. Okay. So that's the story, guys. And like I said, I'll get the blog up. I'll get at sometime, hopefully, in the next week. And that'll be a cheat sheet or a checklist for you for a retreat. Because, man, I will tell you, if it ain't organized, it can be a nightmare.
What are you looking at?
I had stuff everywhere.
Oh, it is.
I did not have it organized.
She doesn't have anything.
No.
She's a mess.
So we were looking through every bag
All
for
the
one
time,
item.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Every time. I need this. Oh, she says label yes.
Oh, it is? Is there a label? Go get it.
Where would that be?
On the back? We can actually pull it under.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Oh, she said, oh, yeah, it does. I see it. Okay.
Dawn's handcrafted quilts.
Let me see.
Okay, here.
Oh, it's got a tag. Beautiful. Awesome.
I didn't know.
And it actually says on the back, here, switch cameras for me. Okay. Would you please? It's a tag, this is what I do. So it says Dawn's handcrafted quilt, so we know Dawn made it. And this is the really cool thing that I don't do. It does say cold wash, low heat dry.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. We need to do that on my tags.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does have tag.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means you will always know who made it.
Yeah. It's best.
Yeah, it is. So, there you go.
Cool.
I don't think... yeah, that's it.
Cool. This one. Yeah. I clicked the right one.
All right. There you go. So that's what we have for today. I'll make sure. And if anybody has any questions, every retreat is different. But if you've never been and you're thinking of going and you have a question, of course, your other quilters, those are your go-tos first, especially if you're going with somebody. But if you have any questions, never hesitate to drop them in the comments. That's what we're here for, either on Facebook or on YouTube, because we will respond.
I know things now, too.
And he knows things, so he might even answer for you, especially as a newbie, because he's more impressioned. You know, you had that first one is, and then, of course, you learn to sew. So this is his story. We'll talk about that next week. We're going to talk about stories. Yes. So, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, that's what they're there for. On the blog, if you, once it's up, if you have any suggestions when you see it, of the list or anything like that, that would be a lot of fun to hear what other people would add to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. So I'll definitely let y'all know when it's up. If you have any questions, let us know. Next week will be a cherub chit chat. So if you have quilts or whips, do you know what a whip is?
Work in progress.
All right. He's learning the lingo. If you have any whips and you would love to share with us so we can share to the Halo community and all the cherubs in here, please send them forward so we can get them out. Whenever you email or you post in Creative Kingdom or however you Facebook message, however you want to get it to us, just let me know or us know, because Michael actually is doing most of the work now on Streamlabs. So you can let him know that we can, in fact, use it in the video or on YouTube and Facebook. And if you know the pattern, that would be awesome. So we can tell other people, and the fabric. But some people don't know the fabric because sometimes it's in your stash and it's been there for 8 years.
And if you post it, if you just type at the very bottom of your post, like
in the comment,
can be allowed to be post or put on video. Cool. Makes it super
you
simple.
can use this.
Yeah, you can use it. Something like that. Simple. Little at the end. Little excerpt. There's the word I'm looking for.
Just so we would know that we have permission, because we do not want to share anything.
And you can put do not.
Yeah.
If you want to make sure it's not. Yeah. So either one
way
works. It just
you don't have to do that every time, though.
No.
If it doesn't say, we assume no.
Yeah. So
we will assume we cannot use it. So, and if I will ask you if I can, if I don't see that. Some of the older posts, sometimes I go through and I ask, I'd love to share this. And he's talking about in Creative Kingdom, which is our private Facebook group. It's not private we're not saying it's like you have to be, a VIP of some sort. No, it's private because the public can't see what you post in there. And anybody's allowed to come aboard inside the Creative Kingdom Facebook group. And this has happened a couple of times recently, the biggest requirement is that you answer all 3 questions. Sherry has been helping, so she has seen this. If you do not answer all 3 questions, we do not give you the keys to the kingdom, because that's our first line of defense to keep the people in there safe. We know that you're not a robot. We know that you're not a spammer. And it's our first line of defense to keep people safe. So please, I cannot stress it enough, answer those 3 questions, and you are more than welcome to become a cherub inside Creative Kingdom and get the keys.
Well, hello Anne and hello Sherlock. It won't pop up on there.
I know, and I told you this is my there
Oh,
it is.
now it is.
Hello,
Wasn't there
Miss
before.
Anne. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. And Sherlock Sews is Lori, and as Colleen likes to call her, Lori. So glad to see y'all too. Glad to see. Thank you for stopping in. I know Anne, she's actually part of the quilting bee that on occasion I get to go to. And Anne, I got some good news for you to pretty soon we'll share. And Sherlock Sews, we met through Colleen, I believe. And she's a doll. She's an absolute doll. Both of them. I mean, we have great people in here. So that is the Creative Kingdom group, Facebook group. You can definitely join, post those pictures for Cherub Chit Chat. And you can also email or Facebook message, either one. Right? Yeah. We'll take them any way you can want to give them.
Send it.
It's the inspiration that we gain. Send it. Michael says, send it.
I say it all the time. Send it. What's going on? I don't know. I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
Sending it.
Just sending it. So that is this week. We also, like I said, we only have a little bit of the Tula Pink. It's very limited of the Tula Pinks thread that has come out. And if I can get more, we will. But we
shall
have,
see.
Yeah, because, right now, Orfil is completely sold out. So there is no more. AKA Lori Miller. You have this channel. Oh, you have that channel? You have a channel? Oh, I'm going to have to check her channel. You have a channel? I will check your channel out. Well, yeah. Do you post? Do you do videos? Are you a YouTuber? Yeah. I'm like, whoa, 5,000 questions.
What's going on?
Oh, that's
Someone
cool.
like me. Yeah. Someone like me.
Yeah. But thank you all for stopping in, and we will definitely be here next week with Cherub Chit Chat. Yeah. Did she reply yet? Did I see? Okay. I'll probably see it after we get off.
Probably.
Yeah. I will put Angela Walters' information up for you. You can only buy
No YouTube channel.
No YouTube channel. Okay. You can also buy only Angela Walters fabric is only sold on Quilting Is My Therapy, her website, and in her quilt shop. You cannot find it anywhere else. And she has got some beautiful fabrics. So I will share with you during Cherub Chit Chat some of the other fabric that I bought. I just got a few things. So just so you can get an idea, they're very pretty. So I'll put that link for her shop for you, and you can go shop in there. And of course, she is starting her free motion challenge, a new one, I believe. Sherry can quote me on that, or correct me if need be, because she actually is signed up. Sherry with a C. Yeah, she bought the kit, so she's going to be doing it with her. It is free. The kit's not free, but the free motion challenge is free. And so she's about to start that if she hasn't already. And definitely check her out if you want to learn more about free motion quilting, because Angela is the free motion guru. Yeah, she is the guru. So that's it for this week. We will see you. He's here. He's here physically. So Mayhem and I will see you next week for Cherub Chit Chat. Share your quilts, share your whips, share your UFOs. We got to do that. We got to do that one day. Just share a bunch of UFOs. Yeah. Nope, this is a whip.
Fair.
Which we'll talk about when it becomes a UFO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because that's a quilting debate.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So until next time, guys. Right?
Yeah.
May you all what, you got something before I shut down?
Says YouTube would fire me. LOL.
Oh.
That's fair. I get that.
Love you, Lori. All right, guys. So until next time, may you all what is it? May you all continue to be, I haven't said it in 2 weeks, inspired, productive, ever so joyful. Never stop. Believing. Never stop believing. That's most important. And never stop making your dreams in quilting come true.
Stay safe.
You got to say it in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay safe. And we will see you all soon. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Whoop, whoop. And happy quilting. See you soon.